as you go into the visionary state, people typically start to see the density of matter and energy around them. So the air becomes visible, matter and energy kind of meld and become the same thing. Ultimately, that can turn into kaleidoscopic forms of different kinds of sacred geometry and higher dimensional geometry than what people typically see. It seems like life becomes, like the life around us becomes alive. There's an interconnectedness with nature itself. It seems like nature is supportive of the ceremony. That's all energetic at the very beginning. And then it starts to become much more spiritual and very tangible in that way. Like nature is listening to us, part of us, sharing consciousness with us, communicating with us. There's reports of bidirectional form of communication with the energies around us. That's reciprocated by the sounds of the animals, by the beautiful symphony of the forest itself. And then it moves into an even deeper form of vision, where people experience great phenomena like telepathy, sharing the same room and space, having exactly the same visual context, eyes open and closed, hearing different kinds of communication that comes to the auditory spectrum, being able to have different smells of things that fundamentally aren't there. And then it moves into an even deeper sense of vision, which is then a complete transcendence of the 3D state, a transcendence of the physicality. You wouldn't know if you had a body or not. You can see things that are, only prophesized in quantum physics, like wormholes and the ability to travel to other dimensional fields or other parts of the universe. There's many reports of speaking with entities, energies, spirits, or other kinds of beings. Many people report awakenings to the spiritual, the mythological, and the religious. So they see things like divas and deities. Then they move on to seeing things like angels that would be written about in text like the Bible, etc. And then also meeting ascended masters like Buddha or Christ and receiving direct teachings from them. And then there's a whole nother level, which is moving into the states of oneness and oneness consciousness, of absolute bliss states, ecstatic states, the presence of source, the presence of divine intelligence, direct training, direct communication. And so all of that can happen, what I just said, over the course of an hour, 2 or 3 at night in an experiential way, which is why people say it can be so overwhelming. And as part of that, there's this incredible journey that takes place, moving into the altered states, moving through the different visionary states, and that creates a kind of psychological healing. There's the ability to release all different kinds of attachment to trauma and all different other kinds of disorders, like trauma-based disorders like PTSD, addiction, depression, anxiety, etc.